Yo, what's up, fellow producers? My name is Caleb Blastoff. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to make high-pitched melodies sound less harsh and overall just sweeten that sound up. So if you find this video helpful, please consider leaving a like. For this video, I'm going to be using my totally free preset kit, Melody Sweetener. If you don't have the kit yet, it is free. First link in the description. You don't need it, but it is super helpful, and I'm going to be using it for this video. So if you want to follow along what I'm doing on screen, go ahead and pause the video, go down to the description. First link, again, it's free. Go ahead and download it, and it'll help us out with this video. I got a melody loop pulled up here from Synthetic. I'm gonna go ahead and let that play real quick. Now it does sound good, but there is some high pitch frequencies in it that we can definitely eliminate or bring it down enough that it's not messing up any hi-hats or claps or clashing with anything. When you get my Melody Sweetener kit, it comes with these three assets here. So you get an FLP template. I'm gonna be going into that later in the video, but for right now, we're gonna focus on these two presets. You get the Melody Sweetener EQ preset. This is the main preset that I'm gonna be using. And then you also get a high pass EQ preset. We're gonna be using that a little later. It's as simple as grabbing this and dragging it onto a mixer, and it's going to pull up FL Parametric EQ 2. I'm going to double click on our loop here and hit control. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just do this. I'm going to go to track 1. You can do control L to put it into the mixer, but it's going to go into insert number 5, which we don't want to do. We want it to be on insert number 1. And the reason it will go into insert number 5 is I'm using a default template. So we have all these default sounds that are in mixers 1 through 4. So we want our melody to be on number 1. Now what we're going to be doing when we use this equalizer, this isn't just a drag and drop. You actually have to change things a little bit here on the equalizer. So what we're going to do while I listen to the melody, I'm going to pull the first node all the way up, and then I'm going to use this to go back and forth until I find a really harsh frequency. So you're going to do this completely by ear. There's no science to this. It's all by ear, just whatever you think sounds harsh. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So as you can definitely hear, I already found a really harsh frequency. So we're going to go ahead and pull that down either to here or sometimes to here. Kind of depends. I kind of like to pull it here. If you pull it down too far, it kind of tends to make the melodies sound bad. Again, we're just trying to minimize those super annoying or harsh frequencies. We're not trying to eliminate altogether, because even though it is harsh, it is contributing somewhat to the melody. So we don't want to completely get rid of it, but we do want to bring it down so that the more pleasant frequencies can kind of shine through. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of these nodes, and we'll get back after I'm done that. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and went through there. I found some frequencies that were kind of harsh that I wasn't really liking in that melody, and I went ahead and pulled them down to about -6 here. Again, you can pull, like if you find a really harsh one, you can kind of pull that down extra, but I like to pull it down here. I don't want to completely eliminate it, but I do want to minimize it as much as possible. So now I'm going to show you a little before and after here, just by clicking the equalizer on and off. So this is before. The last step is going to be this high pass EQ presets. We're going to go ahead and drag this in here. When you go to add 808s to your beat, if you don't do this, it is going to clash significantly with the lows in your melody. This is going to be the last step for any EQ. I do this on every melody. I don't always do these on every loop, but I definitely do this on every loop. So I would just pull here to the low mid, eliminate the bass. All this is really doing is just making space for your 808. So your 808 is gonna occupy this area of the EQ of the frequencies. So just by pulling this over, you're gonna make room for that 808 to sit in there without clashing too awful much. All right, now I'm gonna show you guys the FLP template. So this is the last asset in the Melody Sweetener kit. So if you just want to pull up the template like this, we're not going to save that. So what I've done here, I've included the presets so that if you have your own track, you're working on your own template, you can just drag these in there. But if you use the template, what you're going to find different is I already have mixer 1 set up for your melody. It's colored green, so you can see it. It's got an icon here. And I've also eliminated all of the default drums. So all you have here is a sampler, just because like you can't leave it blank, but you've eliminated those default drums. So your melody will go to channel 1 automatically. And then also I automatically have it pull up your high pass EQ preset and the Melody Sweetener preset right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another demonstration for you guys using the Cody chord. This is a melody that I've used before. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Melody Sweetener kit on this because I think this one is a better example. We're gonna go ahead and go to track 1 here. Gonna go ahead and let this play. You can see how harsh this melody is, but this melody is fire. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Melody Sweetener preset to try to eliminate some of those harsh frequencies. So you could definitely hear in there some really harsh frequencies in that melody. I think this one makes a much better example. We're gonna do this again just to clean up some of those extra frequencies that are left over. So now that we've got both of these set up, I'm going to play before and after so you can tell the difference and see just how much of a difference this sweetener makes. So you can definitely tell on this example, this is a pretty extreme example. I'm gonna say like probably 85 to 90% of the time when you use this kit or this preset, it's gonna make a very minimal difference, but it is gonna clean your mixes up a lot, because if I were to stick with this and make a whole beat, those higher frequency drums like hi-hats and claps are gonna clash with the high-end frequencies in the melody. In the end, most melodies and most loops, this is gonna make a very minimal difference, but you can tell with this extreme example, it does make a lot of difference, and it really cleans that melody up, takes that harshness off of it. It almost like hurts your ears to hear it, to listen to it. But after you go through and just eliminate some of those really high-end frequencies, it cleans it up, sweetens it up a whole lot, makes it sound like straight up ear candy. So again, link in the description, first link, if you want to pick up the kit. You don't need it, but it does make it a whole lot faster. We can just drag that preset in, or you can just use the FLP template and it just pops up automatically. You got everything set the way you need. Clean those frequencies up.